Hello everyone, I am Katia with Lunar Sun Creations and welcome to another video in our 10-minute Christmas card series. Yay! Today is one of my favorite days because we are working with alcohol inks. They are my favorite medium to work with. I absolutely love them. So we're going to be doing that today. We're going to be doing some simple backgrounds and then just doing some really basic die cutting over top of them, and that's going to be it. So I've got a few different kinds of cardstocks. So I've got the alcohol ink cardstock in the silver, which I've never used, from Ranger, and then I've got some regular Yupo paper also from Ranger, and then I've got a couple sheets of a translucent Yupo paper. And then I've also got a couple sheets of thin photo paper. I've never tried the photo paper. I'm going to give it a shot today and see how that goes. So you need some kind of synthetic paper or a very glossy cardstock to work with for alcohol inks. I will be using 99% isopropyl alcohol as well as a little bit of blending solution. My isopropyl alcohol will be both in like a little jar that I'm going to use with a paintbrush, and then I've also got it in a fine tip needle bottle. And then I'm going to be using a foam dauber with just some felt pieces that I just cut out of like kids' felt from the dollar store. And then of course your alcohol inks, and then I've also got a couple pieces of parchment paper that I'm going to use for a technique, and a couple paint brushes. So today's techniques are going to be really simple because it's a 10-minute card series. I wanted all the techniques to be very basic. Okay, so let's start off nice and easy. Okay, we're going to use our ink dauber here, put some felt on there, and I'm going to go in with some blues. I'm going to try some Glacier. Oh, you know what? First, I'm going to show you my nails before I cover them up with gloves. My salon got some alcohol ink nail polish. Oh, I love them so much. And because I love them so much, I'm actually going to remember to put gloves on so I do not completely destroy them. This is one part that I forget quite often, and I get so much alcohol ink all over my hands. Okay, so going in with a little bit of Glacier and some Cobalt. Let's go with some Stonewashed and then a little bit of silver on top of that. With the mixatives, you want to make sure you give them a shake so that that ball is rattling around. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the silver and then a little bit of blending solution. Okay, and I'm literally just going to swipe it across my sheet. And let it do its thing. And that's it. That's all I'm doing for that one. It is going to dry beautifully, and so I know that I'm really bad at continuing to work with it and mess with it, and I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to try to just keep it really simple because these are just backgrounds. Okay, using those same colors. I might try this one on the silver. So go in with some of that Cobalt. And the Glacier. Cobalt, Glacier, and silver. I'm gonna skip the other one this time. I'm gonna put a little bit more silver on this time. And then again, a little bit of blending solution, and this time I'm just going to pounce it. Just kind of twisting it as I go, get my hair out of there. And the ink will continue to move as we do this. Oh, it's gorgeous. You can really see some of that silver in there. Oh, that's beautiful. Love the way that looks. So it's going to keep moving a little bit, so I'm going to leave it and let it dry. Because I still have so much on my dauber, I'm going to do one more just with what's left on the dauber. I'm just going to put a little bit of alcohol onto, I'm going to try this one on just plain photo paper, but I already feel like it's not going to do a very good job. But I wanted to give it a shot. It's just cheap photo paper from the dollar store, so I just thought see what $1 can get me. Put a little bit more, might put a little bit more ink. Okay, well, I mean, it actually looks kind of cool. It might be all right. Okay, now I'll use some Yupo, go in with those same colors. A little bit of alcohol to start off. I'm going with those same colors, and this time I'm going to use the parchment paper. Okay, now make sure you have gloves on for this because this will really smush. And just kind of move it how you want it to go. And it'll squish out the sides a little bit. Make sure you have gloves on because sometimes it can seep through. And then we'll lift it up. Oh, that's pretty. Super pretty. I like it. Let's leave that to dry. Okay, so this kind of just, I was trying to see what happened when I took the stuff off my desk, but I'm not super happy with it, so I'm just gonna put some alcohol on this and just kind of wipe it clean again. This is what I love about alcohol inks, is that I'm someone who changes their mind all the time, so I love that you can just wipe it clean again and start over. It's awesome. It's so forgiving. It's such a forgiving medium. Okay, now I'm going to do a couple in greens. So I've got some botanical. Some Everglades. Oregano, maybe? Or, I'm not sure about this oregano. Oh, maybe too brown. I might add a little gold mixative to this one. Okay, and then some blending solution. Just mostly where that gold is. I'm going to move it around a little bit with my brush, and then I'm going to blow on it. Got a straw here. Okay, that's quite cool. I like that. And it's okay that it doesn't go all the way to the edge because I'm going to cut these down for card panels. And I'll use this one for some trees or something. Okay, so now we're gonna make these into cards. Really, really simple. All I'm doing is I've die cut a whole bunch of things, and I'm literally just going to stick them onto my cards. I'm gonna emboss some of them. So I've got some of my alcohol ink panels just cut down. So this is the one that we did with the dauber and the silver mixative on it. So I'm just going to put this on. And then I've got this Let It Snow. It's an edger die from Creative Expressions. Now normally these edger dies are meant to be cut into the front of a card panel. For instance, you would put the Let It Snow here and it would be cut into the front of the card panel. But this one is a little bit bigger than my base, so I decided to just cut it out like this and actually kind of fussy cut around it and make it like that. So I've done that. I do have a couple cards that I did make that way with the another Creative Expressions stamp. So this is what it would normally be like. It would be cut into the front of it. This is what I made on another day, but then I smeared all the Nouveau drops that I put on, so it's going into the no pile. So I'm literally just going to adhere this down, and then we're going to do another one where we will heat emboss. Okay, and just gonna put some, I've got some, using Cosmic Shimmer glue just because it's in like a nice small nozzle bottle and it dries nice and clear. Okay, and then I just lay something heavy on it while it dries. And that's it. That's our card. Here is another one that I made. This is the one where we just took the dauber and just swiped across. And this one I didn't cut into, I just left it. This is what it would normally look like, just a little bit longer on either side. Okay, and then I've got this another edger die. This is a Christmas Trio, and it is also from Creative Expressions. It looks like that. I'm just going to, this is the, one of the ones that I just smooshed onto the, what was left on my desk or on my mat, and I really like the way the gold turned out. If you can see it shimmering there, I think it looks really cool. So this is the one on just the really cheap dollar store photo paper. Okay, you gotta move, bub. You get to move. You were really in the way. Can we sit down over here? Thanks. Okay, so I'm going to heat emboss this in gold. So I've just got my Versamark ink, sticky embossing ink, and I'm just going to make sure this is all inked up with that. Okay, I'm just going to transfer that onto another piece and heat emboss it. Okay, now I'm actually going to emboss it 3 times because I'd like it to be nice and thick. So I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to do this whole process 3 times with the embossing ink and then the powder, and then heating it up. So when you emboss, when you triple emboss something, it gives this beautiful, like almost domed finish. It almost looks like kind of like metal, and it's gorgeous. So I'm going to do that. Isn't that pretty? That, I don't know if you can see, that's like so smooth and like a rounded edge. I managed to get my finger in that edge, but that's all right. Let that dry for a couple minutes and then put it on my card base. Here are some of the other cards that I did using that same die. I did 2 with the blue backgrounds and just triple embossed the tree edger die in black. I think that is so striking. I just love it. And then I did another one exactly like the one that we're doing now with the gold and the green behind. I'm not completely sold on this one. I did a frame around this one as well that was embossed. I haven't decided how I feel about this one. This one was an experiment. This is using the negative space from the die. It's kind of cool. It almost looks like kind of like a temple in a forest, maybe. I don't know. Let me know how you think, what you think of it in the comments. I haven't decided. Okay, let's glue this one down, and then I'll show you the other couple cards that I made. So really easy peasy, like literally all we're doing, I mean, once the backgrounds are done, you just literally do some die cutting and some heat embossing if you desire, and that's it. You got yourself a card. Once you have the backgrounds, it's really, really easy, and you don't even have to emboss things. You can just set them down just the way they are, and they don't have to be Christmas. They can be any die cuts whatsoever. So they come together really, really quickly. And I mean, I love to make a whole bunch of backgrounds, and then you can use them, you know, when you need to make a quick card, you can just grab a background that you've already made, and if you already have die cuts made, like you can make a card in a couple minutes. It's great. Wow, I'm like really getting carried away with the glue this morning. What's happening? Okay, at least I know it dries clear. So I'm going to put that under something heavy till it dries. Okay, and then I'll show you another couple cards that I did with the backgrounds that we made. So I've got this lamp tree collage die from Memory Box. I love this one. And I did it in a few cards. Okay, so here's one. This is one of the ones on photo paper that I wasn't sure was going to turn out, but it actually like turned out great. This is on the silver cardstock. This is another, I did another silver swipey one. And then this one I did not record. This I used some holographic foil, and while it was still a little bit tacky, I did some of the foiling on there, which I had never done before, and it actually worked better than I expected. It's like way more foil than I was thinking it was going to be. So that was great. So those are those ones. And then I also have this, another Creative Expressions Snow Owls edger die. So I made this one here, just silver embossed the owl, and then 'Tis the Season to Sparkle, and I just realized that the sentiment moved and now it's crooked, which is a super bummer. I didn't realize that moved while it was drying. Oh well. And then I've got this owl as well that I just cut out of white and did a little sentiment up there. This is from, I did some other backgrounds a different days, so this is from the other day. And then I just wanted to show you that you can also cut your dies out of the alcohol ink backgrounds and use it this way, and instead of heat embossing it. Alright, and then see how both the Christmas edger die and the Snow Owls die, how they have this extra bit at the top? So you can use that on its own as well. So I did a couple cards where I didn't use the bottom parts. These are both actually using the one from the Christmas tree. So there's one where I just took two of the tops and put it on with a die cut Believe. And on this one, it kind of looks funny because I tried using one kind of embossing powder and it wasn't working very well, so I switched to a different color, and so now it's like kind of like turquoise and blue, and I decided I kind of like that. So that's one of them. And then I also did another one from one of the backgrounds from today, and turned the two turned the two die parts upside down so that it created a center bit, and then put Believe in the center. I had meant to put them right close together, but one of them stuck down really quickly, and I couldn't move it, so I ended up doing that. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you got something out of it. I love doing alcohol inks, and there's going to be many more alcohol ink tutorials in the future, because it is one of my favorite mediums to work with, like I said. And so yeah, we're gonna keep playing with that in different ways, and I hope you'll join me for more. I've still got a few more ideas for the 10-minute Christmas card series, so there will still be some more tutorials happening on that, or not really tutorials, they're just demonstrations, I suppose. So there's going to be a couple more in that, and then I'm going to move on to some other things. Alright, thank you so much for joining me, and you are amazing. Be kind to one another. Bye.